Hi everyone, welcome to another episode. I will be interviewing a tech expert, tech enthusiast, and upcoming big Cameroon tech expert, and he's in the name of Bill Agha, or Bill the chairman. So I'll be interviewing him, I'll be asking him a few questions, and yeah, just stay tuned to get the enriching words that he will give us. You're welcome once again. Can you briefly introduce yourself and you dive into the first question, which says, what inspired you to start helping Cameroonian youths bring their tech ideas to life?
Hello everyone, my name is Bill Agha. I'm a tech entrepreneur. I'm the founder and CEO of the Tech Innovation Center. I also act as the president of the Golden Toastmasters Club for the 2024-2025 mandate. And I'm also the regional program coordinator for Open Doings here on the. Yeah, I wear so many hats. Leadership is one of those domains that I'm passionate about. I'm very passionate about problem solving. My vision is to inspire and empower the next generation of tech entrepreneurs and leaders. By 2030, we aim at empowering over 100 startups. So answering your question, what inspired me to want to help Cameroonian youth bring their tech ideas to life? While I was in secondary school, I was boiling with so much passion and so much ideas. I had this idea of building a radio transmitter. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the necessary mentorship or the necessary access to resources in terms of the various materials that were needed to build a radio transmitter. I built a circuit board and I was able to visualize the idea and present it to my physics teacher. But he looked at the board, he looked at the circuit, and he was telling me it's not possible to do that. And definitely he encouraged me. He tried to tell me, hey, try, if you can implement it, that'll be good. But later on he told me it's not going to come in the GCE, so there's no need to work on it. I was quite frustrated because I really wanted to realize that idea. I was passionate about it. And the idea died in opposite. So while in the university, I transitioned to the software domain, which permitted me to easily realize my idea, because then I didn't need so much materials, I needed just my machine. And upon graduating from the university, while I was doing some volunteering work at my former school, because there weren't enough computer science teachers there, I decided to volunteer to teach. While I was volunteering, a student came up to me with a project, and he wanted to build a smart dustbin. And I saw myself in him. I saw myself back when I was in overseas having a project of a radio transmitter. And I said, hey, we're going to go to the end of this project, we're going to implement it. And I put together myself and other mentors, gave them him and other students who had such projects mentorship, and were able to facilitate their access to resources. Eventually, I figured out there were so many other students with such creative ideas and projects in different schools. So I decided to extend the initiative I was doing in that school in so many other schools. We started creating clubs. Today we run over 30 clubs across 5 regions in Cameroon. And every year we organize a National Tech Innovation Challenge for secondary school students, which is the largest tech innovation challenge for secondary school students and high school students in Cameroon. Bringing we mobilize over 1,000 students every year, and we bring the best 200 to Yaoundé to present their ideas, and the best 100 to the finals, where they have opportunities to pitch their projects in teams and win prizes. Eventually, the project also graduated. Many of them went to universities, and they came back for mentorship. Found ourselves mentoring people with startup ideas. Before we wanted to know, we're mentoring startups. And after that, we launched accelerator programs to continue the mentorship program. And today, we have graduated over 15 startups, and 10 of them are running businesses. Last year, we were able to run a startup accelerator program in partnership with the US Embassy. And we also do boot camps where we train these youths in tech skills and digital skills. Yeah.
That's really inspiring and that's really encouraging. What are the biggest challenges you faced in supporting tech projects in Cameroon, and how have you overcome them?
One of the biggest challenges I faced when it comes to supporting tech projects in Cameroon, the first is access to talent. A lot of times we work with startups, they have these brilliant ideas, they want to change the world, they want to disrupt the market, but yet the necessary skill sets sometimes that's needed in order to build the product or solutions are not readily available at scale. There can be 1 or 2 people, but sometimes you need like 10 people, 20 people working on that project for the next 6 months. and sometimes it's not easy to identify all these tech talents, which is why we decided to invest ourselves in organizing these boot camps in order to nurture tech talents. Then the other challenge, the second challenge, is access to finance, because many a times you can have this idea, you can even have the product, but how do you send it up to the market, right? You need, many of the startups we support are facing challenges related to, promoting and doing large-scale marketing campaign, and even investing into accessing to certain materials that will permit them to build great products, and this kind of like limit how much they can do, and also even at level of recruiting their human resource and paying them, they need access to finance. So definitely finance has been one of the biggest challenge, because a lot of things revolve around it, but I will also say talent, because without the necessary talent it's very difficult. But again, we need good electricity, we need fast internet, can stay sometimes a whole week with very slow internet, slow bandwidth, and even the fastest network is sometimes very slow. So the access to internet and infrastructure related to electricity and stable electricity especially usually hinder the progress of tech projects, because it relies a lot on those two factors.
In a politically volatile environment like Cameroon, how do you navigate challenges that may hinder the progress of youth-led tech projects?
Yes, there are a lot of challenges when it comes to how well the policymakers are supporting young entrepreneurs and young creators. A lot of times they don't trust young startups because they feel like they are scammers, or these are people that are just trying to get money from them and run. But eventually we have seen a lot of young techpreneurs and young creators do amazing work. The first thing is really about the trust. So in our work in supporting tech talent and tech startups, we organize all these programs and these conferences and this pitch event where we invite these policymakers, we invite the ministries to come and witness for themselves the great ideas that the startups have, the great ideas that the youth have, because we have to build that trust. There's a certain distance between the older generation and the younger generation, and there's a distance between the policymakers and the youth, and this is hindering how much we can be able to do, because there is a lack of trust, right? A lot of big projects in Cameroon are not done by Cameroonians, right? Most of the companies that do this project are foreign, but I think the government and the policymakers, they want to allow us to fail. They should provide an environment where we fail, and where they give us the confidence to do again. They give us the confidence to try again. But when we create an environment where you don't trust the young creators, don't trust the innovators, and you don't allow them to fail, how are we going to develop the economy? On which projects are we going to work on? Where are we going to learn? And how are we going to get the resources? So are they going to get the necessary experience if they are not trusted? So I believe it's a major challenge, and it's a limiting factor to how much startups and young creators can do. And I believe the government have to begin creating environments where they can experiment with them. They can create safe spaces for them to try, to fail again, to learn, to grow, and to do. Because that's just the way we're going to develop our country.
You're right at every point, especially the point where they bring in the foreign bodies or the foreign people to work on projects where they would have allowed us to have the opportunity to learn. It's really sad. But how do you believe technology can contribute to resolving socio-political issues like the Anglophone crisis?
That's a very important question, because definitely technology is only moving forward, and it is presenting us various opportunities, and it's in our best interest to leverage technology in order to solve our problems. And definitely the crisis in the English-speaking regions is one of those, one of those painful moments in our country. But one thing I begin to see entrepreneurs and startups do, and most of them which we support, they are building solutions like edtech platforms, which help students in these affected regions to be able to still pursue their education. Meanwhile, they don't have immediate access to classrooms and to teachers or to quality education in their areas where there's a lot of crisis. So we also have startups who are building this health tech solution, who permit people in these areas to have online consultations, to be able to get the online medications, and figure ways how to solve problems related to health and education, even in crisis, right? And I think it's inspiring to see how resilient the entrepreneurs are, and how resilient we are putting our brains to see how we can contribute towards bringing about a peaceful scenario. Definitely with peace, a lot of things will strive, and in crisis, sometimes creativity emerges. So the idea is, how do we harness this creativity in order to help those who are suffering in this region, and also how do we harness this creativity to even bring about more peace?
Yeah, I'm really so grateful for this session. It's short but very knowledgeable, and I really wish we get to have more. So I would want you to give something short, what you want to leave the audience with. It could be maybe an experience, an advice. I know you have something to end the session with, so yeah.
Many people say Africans' biggest resource is underneath its ground, but I don't think so. I think it's wrong. Africans' biggest resource is within Africa itself, and it's within the Africans. It is our brains, our talents, our resilience. So if there's a message I'm going to give today to anyone watching this video, to the youth, what I'll tell them is, do not be afraid to fail. Fail, try again, and create environments where you can free fall, but in a safe way, and you can pick up yourself again and try again, because no one is going to give you that opportunity. You have to give yourself the opportunity, and more importantly, develop your leadership capacity, because we are going to rise and we are going to fall to the level of our leadership.